Hi YouTube, welcome back to Off-Grid K&A. Today I am outside because it is nice outside, it's beautiful, and it's finally getting warm. And during the warm weather months, I like to be outside as much as possible. So today is another homestead questions video, and we had a viewer that reached out to us and asked us, with the upcoming event of warm weather finally arriving here, she said, how do you survive without AC? It's a valid question. Because we do not have an air conditioner. So before I dive into answering the actual question, I wanted to take a second and just explain a couple things. Your average air conditioner, whether it's like a wall conditioner or something that is run on the furnace, whatever it might be, runs anywhere between 500 watts an hour and 4,000 watts an hour. With the solar system that is currently here, we do not have the infrastructure to support that load. Although there may be an update on that in the coming months, so stay tuned for that. With that being said, we couldn't justify upgrading the solar system massively. We would have to almost double what we have right now just to be able to take on the additional load of the air conditioner. And we couldn't justify the cost for the 3 or potentially 4 months that we would potentially want to have it. Last summer, it definitely got hot enough to want an air conditioner, and we didn't have one, and it was fine. We have ways that we mitigate. So the first way that we mitigate the fact that we don't have an air conditioner is a little bit of a tough love scenario. We just suck it up. Because we realize that it's hot outside, and okay, this is what it is. We're going to deal with it until the heat breaks. It can't last for forever. That being said, there are ways that there are things that we put into practice so that we are not experiencing a high level of discomfort. One of those things would be physical fitness. That's definitely a factor. If you think about people in general, if you are overweight or obese, it is harder for your body to regulate your body temperature. That's not me saying anything about anything, that's just me talking about plain physics and science and biology. If there's more of you, your body has to work harder to regulate the temperature inside the extra space. So in order to not have extreme discomfort in extreme heat, we like to keep ourselves in top physical condition so that we are not having as much discomfort when it comes to 45-degree weather or 46-degree weather. That would be way number one. On that note of physical fitness and kind of talking about nutrition, staying hydrated is also something that we practice on a regular basis. A lot of people don't intake enough water. We try to make sure that we do, so that we can easily regulate our body temperatures a lot better. Staying hydrated also means that your body has to work less to be able to get the nutrients to where they need to go, because everything is lubricated with the water that is there in your body. So that would be way number 2, would be staying hydrated. The third and fourth thing that we do is inside the house, actually, so we can regulate our environment a little bit. If it gets really hot to the point where it's an outstanding amount of heat, we will put the blinds down. Usually if we know that a heat wave is coming, we'll keep the blinds down throughout the day, throughout the house, so that we're not suffocating and we're not letting in needless heat through the windows. We will also open the doors to allow any breeze that's coming around, which, as you can see, it's a little bit windy, any breeze that comes around to go through the house and kind of get enough airflow, because that helps cool it off. Because of where we are, there's very little actual humidity in the air, and so it's not like we're letting humidity in by letting the doors stay open. Typically, if we're opening the doors, if it's hot enough for us to open the doors for an airflow to go through the house, it's also too hot for bugs, which is a nice plus, because it's not like we're letting tons of bugs in by keeping the doors open, which is nice. I'd rather not have a ton of mosquitoes to deal with on top of the heat. So the other 2 things that we do We have water that is piped into the house from a mountain spring. So it's very cold. I mentioned in a video before that we do take cold showers, and that is beneficial for your health. In the summer, that is something that happens a lot more often. I know last summer when we were hitting 46, 47 degrees, it was more like a couple showers a day, just to be able to cool off. So that's a huge plus, is being able to take cold showers as well. We have one more cheat hack that we use here. Where we are, we're very fortunate to have this. Our basement is actually dug into the earth, so it's part of a rock, a very large rock and a collection of rocks, but it's part of a rock. And so our basement is pretty much natural rock and a little bit of concrete, and that's how the basement was made, and then the house is put on top. So in the summer last year, it was really nice to be able to go into the basement to cool off. I notice as the temperatures climb higher, the basement does climb a little bit higher, but like for example last year when we were looking at 45-degree temperatures outside, the basement was still at about 20 degrees, 21 degrees, and that's Celsius. So if we're looking at Fahrenheit, I think that's about, so outside would have been about 110, 120, and then inside would have been, I think, about 660, 65. I'm not positive on those conversions, so don't quote me, but I'm speaking in Celsius. So for our American viewers, I apologize if my conversions are not correct. As far as how we stay cool in the summer, that's pretty much how we do it. It's not that it wouldn't be nice to have an air conditioner, because of course it's easier to just kind of flip a switch and be comfortable in the house no matter where you are. But like I said, it just wasn't something that we could justify spending an exorbitant amount on if we were not going to need to use it. While it is nice this year and it's absolutely beautiful outside, and it's been a lot nicer the past couple days, it's definitely not hot enough for an air conditioner. We have yet to hit those temperatures. So it may not hit those temperatures. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But it's not something that's a necessity. It's just something that we have learned to happily live without and work our way around it. I hope that answers your question. I hope that was informative. Maybe you got some ideas as to how you can stay cool during the summer. If you have any questions or comments or suggestions, or you have plans for a future video, make sure you leave a comment in the comment section down below, and we'll get back to you.